moving.
Okay, so I see Ms. Bergman is on the line. Welcome, Ms. Bergman, and you'll be our last delegate, looks like today, but you've got 5 minutes to address council.
Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. Hello, everybody. My name is Ashley Bergman, and I come to you today as a community member, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a wife. I'm also an Indigenous woman, and I'm very proud of it. And I do a lot of work with our community. I run a successful therapeutic practice. I also am an active board member for a friendship center and have been for the last 2 years. I specialize in Indigenous mental health, and I'm also a non-insured health benefits provider for those with Indian status, where I service residential school survivors, their descendants, as well as members of our community that struggle with mental health. I'm here today on behalf of the Indigenous Action Committee, a group that I'm really proud to be a part of. And we are really excited because we have a lot of vision of what services could look like in York Region, specifically in Richmond Hill, because currently there really are no services for our community. I understand that the Air property is often vacant and often underutilized, and we would really love to capitalize on this property and make it an opportunity to create an Indigenous cultural center where we could really meet the needs of our community and bridge a gap that really exists and has never been fulfilled to date. As an active board member, I can tell you that our community really does thrive when we have access to services. And as you know, with the Truth and Reconciliation movement, our community and allies that would like to be more involved with our community are really eager to get involved. And when we have services available to community members, it really helps our community to gather, helps mental health, and it really will service our individuals of all ages. From children to youth to adults to elders, we really need a space to gather, and currently in Richmond Hill, there is nothing of the kind. So we are asking you today to look at your property, specifically the Air homestead, and allow our Indigenous Action Committee that has already, as Jay mentioned and as Matt mentioned, we have already come up with a list of services that we'd like to provide. We already have a list of service providers able to do that. And we have a bunch of events that we could host if we had a property at our disposal. And to know that that property is underutilized and often vacant is really a shame, because we could definitely benefit from that, as could the entire town of Richmond Hill and city of Richmond Hill. The gap that exists often leads people in our community to have to go to surrounding regions, which is really unfortunate because we have a really rich culture in Richmond Hill, and nobody should have to go to Toronto or have to go to Simcoe County to access services that should be readily available. As Matthew mentioned, our people have been here for hundreds and thousands of years, and our community has been greatly impacted by residential school systems, the 50s and 60s scoop that Jay mentioned, and that has a lasting impact for the next 7 generations to come, unless we instill services that can change that trajectory. And so I sit here before you today to ask that you please put forward a motion to allow our Indigenous Action Committee to provide much needed services to fill the gap in York Region, specifically in Richmond Hill, so that our community can not only heal, but allies can come forward, we can all heal together, and we can truly fulfill the movement of truth and reconciliation for what it's supposed to be. Because to have a commitment on the part of your city, which I know from previous meetings that you do have that commitment, we really need to see action. And this is one way that the city of Richmond Hill can do something towards truth and reconciliation, by making property accessible to us, to making space accessible to our community, so that we can come together in a good way and we can change that trajectory. So I thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today, and I really look forward to that motion hopefully being filed.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bergman.